Good evening. My name is Dr. Chuks Anyanwu. I'm your Forex coach and instructor. Right, today I'm just going to do some analysis as usual, but this time around we're going to be analyzing some cross-currency pairs, EURCHF, okay? We're going to do the Forex trade analysis of this currency pair, but we're going to follow certain, guidelines, okay, that will take us from the beginning to the end of this recording, okay? Now, first of all, we're going to look at how to identify the market structure on this currency pair. Then we'll look at how to draw quality trend line. Okay, we'll also look at how to do top-down analysis with this currency pair. And we'll look at how to look for entry setups, okay, using this same currency pair, okay? So guys, this is how we're going to follow through this, video. And I hope you're going to have a very interesting moment with me, okay? All right, so guys, let's dive into the chart. So first of all, let's look at the currency pair. Okay, this is Euro Swiss franc. Okay, this is what we call a minor currency pair. Okay, it's a currency pair of the Eurozone against the Switzerland, currency pair that we call the Swiss franc. Okay, so we're going to hop into MT4 to look at this chart, and we're going to start by looking at how we identify the market structure. Okay, so let's head over to the chart. Okay, so this is the EURCHF chart. Okay, there's no signal with this broker. I expect that in time the signal should pop up. Okay, but if it doesn't, you can rescan the server. Okay, and let's see whether we're going to have connection. If we don't, we can refresh. Okay. Um, we don't have any connection. Okay, but let's just continue. Let's just continue with this exercise. Okay, so we don't waste our time. All right, so now, first of all, we're going to start from the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame is a very interesting time frame from where you can analyze and determine the market structure. Okay, so if you look at this trend, this particular chart, you see that the market has been trending down. Okay, since what year? Since 20 what? Since January, sometime in January 2021, this market has been in a downtrend. When you look at it, you see what I mean? Okay, since February 2021, this market has been trending down. Okay, so what does that tell me? It tells me that the Swiss franc is stronger than the euro. Okay, so what that means is that in this particular trade, we're going to look for selling opportunity all the way. All right, we're going to look for selling opportunity in this market, and that is going to be our head start. Okay, the head start here is that we should look for what? We should look for a sell trade opportunity. All right, so now that is how you determine the market structure. Okay, now let us go further. I want to show you how you can use trend lines also, how you can draw quality trend lines to enable you determine the overall market structure. Okay, now that is the next topic we're going to look at, is how to draw a quality trend line. So how do you do that? You grab your trend line tool. From one point to the other, you just draw your trend line, okay? Now this is a quality trend line. When you look at it from the left-hand side, you see that this trend line touches price in a number of places, touches price here, here, and a couple other places here, okay? Now this is close to it, which is also perfect. You don't need to force the trend line to touch this. So long as it touches in more than in more than two different points, that's it's just okay for you. Okay, so this is a quality trend line. That's how you draw a quality trend line. Okay, so let's look at the next topic. We're going to look at how to do top-down analysis. All right, so how to do top-down analysis. That's the third topic we're going to look at, subtopic we're going to look at here. Okay, so how do you do your top-down analysis? Okay, so now what we've done here is that we've been able to use trend line to mark up our resistance level. Okay, you can see that this trend line is a resistance, as it were, for price action. Okay, price test has tested this level several times, and the level has shown to be very strong in this instrument. Okay, so that means that this is a resistance level that price will always come to test. It's either it tests it and goes back, or it tests it and breaks through it. Okay, so what we have here now is that the market, what the market is, is we come back to this trend line in the near future. So let me just adjust this slightly. All right, so the market will come back to this level in the near future to test this resistance. Okay, and what we're looking for is that the market should get to this resistance trend line. Okay, that's going to be our objective. So top-down analysis, how do you do top-down analysis? Now, you start from a higher time frame, and the higher time frame we're going to start from today doing this top-down analysis is the weekly time frame. So we're in the weekly time frame. This is where we start. First of all, on the weekly time frame, we identify the structural levels, and we have done so by using the trend line to identify the resistance structure level using the trend line. Okay, so we're going to be working off of this trend line when we drop down to lower time frame. Okay, so let's go to the lower time frame and see what the market is doing. On the lower time frame, if you look at the lower time frame, you see that the market has what is also respecting that trend line. When you look at it, you see anytime price get to the trend line, it bounces off. Okay, anytime trend gets to the trend line, it bounces off. Okay, so that tells me what? That tells me that the market is what? The market is respecting this trend line. Okay, so you can see that the market has pushed away from this trend line. So what we're going to do, we're going to add another trend line that will try to come close to this particular trend line. So what we do is that we duplicate this trend line, okay, and try to put it close again. Okay, so we've been able to create another trend line channel, okay, for price action. Okay, guys, I hope you're following me. So we're able to create this trend line, okay. All right, so now what that means is that we've created a zone, a resistance zone, okay, in this for this instrument, okay. So you can see that on this trend line resistance zone, the price is what? Price is, moving around that this structure level of the trend line, okay. So this is where we are, okay. Now, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to drop down to lower time frame. Let's drop down to another lower time frame. This time around, let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, it appears that there's no network here, so let's close this. Let's close this and go back to. Let's go back to the. Let's go back to open up that particular MT4. Okay, let's open up the MT4 to reset the application. Okay, let's reset the application. So guys, you see that by the time we reset it, I expect that the network should connect accordingly. Okay, just let's give it some moment. All right, let's give it some moment. So while that is happening, we can go to and look at some fundamental pictures here. Okay, let's go to Forex Factory. I want to show us something. Let's go to Forex Factory. Let's go to Forex Factory. Let's go to forexfactory.com. I want to show us some interesting fundamental news that we need to consider as forex traders. Okay, so I'm sorry, my internet is very slow. It's very slow today. We've been having slow internet connection recently. I don't know what the problem is, but that is it. But let me try and change my internet connection. Okay, let me try and change my internet connection and see if it will improve. Okay, I've changed the internet connection. I hope it will improve this time around. Let's go back here. Okay, so let's zoom in on this chart. Okay. Um, we have not still connected. Let me refresh this. I'm gonna have to stop this video. Let me just pause it. Okay, we are back. We are connected. So let's go back to what we're doing on 4 hour time frame. Okay, let's go back to the 4 hour time frame. Let's go back to the 4 hour time frame. Guys, I just want to do this video because some of my students have asked me to do a video to analyze this currency pair, and that's what I'm doing now. Okay, so let's all right, so guys, if you look at what is happening in the market now, you see that price has gone off where has gone off from this structure level. Okay, have gone price has moved away from the structure level. So what do we do now? You want to make sure that you do what? You want to make sure that you wait patiently. Okay, you have to wait patiently for price to come to structure, to this structural zone. Okay, you want to wait for price to come to this area of the market. Okay, okay, we're going to watch the market come to this area. Okay, so all right, so we're going to wait for price to come to this area. I will look for opportunity in the market. Okay, so we're going to wait for price to come to this area. Okay, this is the 4 hour time frame. It's not bad. We can look for entry opportunity from the 4 hour time frame. We can look for opportunity from the 1 hour time frame. Okay, whichever time frame you're comfortable with. Okay, you do that. So one price to tap into this area of price action. Okay, price to tap into that area. Okay, then we look for what? We look for opportunity. Okay, remember we're selling this market. We're not doing any other thing apart from selling this market. So we're going to wait patiently. We're going to wait patiently until price what? Until price progresses into that area before we start looking for any opportunity in the market. Okay, so we're going to patiently wait. All right, we're going to patiently wait. And if you understand the kind of trader I am, patience is a virtue. Okay, I'm going to play a video for us shortly for you to understand why it is important to wait. Okay, so in this market, we're going to wait for price to come to this area. We're going to wait for price to tap into this zone. Then we look for an opportunity to short the market. Okay, so guys, there's a video I want to play for us for you to appreciate, what I'm telling you about about patience. Okay, we have to have patience. Patience is a virtue in trading. All right. So there is a video I'm going to play for us now. I'll play a video from what from this particular trader. Okay, from this trader who is a veteran trader. Okay, and I think we're going to learn a lot.
Let me tell you, the market has a way of punishing impatience. If you chase, you pay.
Let me stop it and start from the beginning, okay? Let me start from the beginning. Guys, just listen. This is Jesse Moore's, video. Jesse Moore is a veteran trader who has, who has contributed a lot of experience to this trading career, okay? And I want us to listen to him for us to appreciate the importance of patience in trading, all right? Just listen briefly.
You know, if there's one lesson that's been beaten into me more times than I care to count, it's this: the market doesn't pay you for being active. It pays you for being right, and being right often means you've got to learn to do nothing. That's the hardest part. Do you see what I'm saying? Everyone wants to trade, everyone wants action, but the market isn't a slot machine. It's a weighing machine, and it's a waiting game. You don't get paid for being early. You don't get paid for being late. You only get paid when you've got the setup, and you've got the patience to wait for it. Now, why do most people fail at this business? Is it because they can't read a chart? No, plenty of them know their lines and their bars. Is it because they don't have enough money? Not always. They fail because they cannot wait. They must have action, like a man who must have cards in his hands. That itch for excitement, that craving for movement, it's poison in trading. Have you ever caught yourself staring at a chart and thinking, well, maybe I'll just put something on just to be in the game? That's the urge that empties accounts. When I started out, I was a boy in a bucket shop, watching tape tick by, nickel by nickel. I thought the trick was in being clever, spotting every little wiggle and trading it. And sure, sometimes it worked. But most of the time, it didn't. I'd win a little here, lose a little there, and by the end of the week, I had nothing to show for all my effort. That's when I realized it's not the constant trading that makes the money. It's the sitting. It's waiting for the real play to show up. Doesn't that sound strange? That you make the most money not by trading, but by waiting. But it's true. Let me tell you, the market has a way of punishing impatience. If you chase, you pay. If you guess, you pay. If you force trades, you pay. But if you wait, if you sit with your hands in your pockets until the picture is clear, you'll be amazed how the odds tilt in your favor. The trick is believing that you don't need to be trading every day. Do you think the big money is made in constant skirmishes? No, the big money is made in the big moves, and big moves don't come every hour.
Okay, guys, so I'm sure we learned a lot from that short video. I'm going to drop a link, to that video in the description so that any of us who is interested in reading or following that video, to the end, I encourage you all to do that because it's going to help you a lot, okay? It's going to help you a lot. So patience is very important in trading. You have to have patience. You have to wait. Wait for the right setups to pan out. So we're going to wait for price to get to this area. They will look for opportunity to short the market, okay? Look for opportunity to short the market, okay? So that's what we're going to do. And that is how we're going to win in this market, okay? That's how we're going to win in this market, by waiting. We're going to wait for the right setup to pan out, all right? So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's very short, but impactful. Okay, what I wanted to show us in what I wanted us to show us in Forex Factory is that we should look at the news section. Okay, look at the news section. If there's anything that's going to impact that trade, you mind how you enter the market before that time of the news. Okay, the reason why we're not trading the major pairs is because of what is happening in America, okay? And we're not going to trade the dollar pairs for now, okay, because of the uncertainty that is happening in the United States government, where they have shut down the government of the country, okay, because of the impasse between President Trump and members of the National of the Assembly, okay, the MPs, okay. All right, so guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. If there's any question you have, please drop it in the comment section, okay. If you like this video, please give me a like, okay. Subscribe to the video if you've not, and hit the notification bell so that anytime I produce videos like this, you get you'll be promptly notified, okay? Thank you very much. You have a blessed day. Bye-bye.